Hi there. Thank you for joining PR Facts today. I thought I'd come on just 1 minute earlier and find out from you what you want me to talk about. I am a wealth and breadth of knowledge on anything PR, branding, social media, even business startup. I'm happy to share whatever knowledge and expertise I've learned in my 10 years of business. So if you have any questions or if there's anything that you want me to speak about on any one of these scopes, just shoot me an email to Sandra@GabrielPR.ca, and I'd be happy to do a scope on something that you would be interested in or something that you are struggling with working on for your own brand or for your business. So here we go with today's scope. We're talking about what makes a great LinkedIn profile, which I think would be perfect for anyone who's searching new business opportunities or they're trying to find a new job for the new year. So this is something that would help because LinkedIn is a great destination for lots of people who are looking for other people to work with, great for networking. So hopefully this scope is helpful for you today. So the first thing in building a great LinkedIn profile is your headshot. Of course, it's one of the first things that people are going to see when they come onto LinkedIn. So you want to make sure you got a great professional looking headshot, and I emphasize professional because you don't want to see any gang signs or you don't want to have any funny faces on your profile. So make sure it's professional. If you can reach out to a photographer and have them do a couple headshots for you, that would be great. If a photographer is not in the budget, you can use your camera phone, take a selfie, but again, keep it as professional as possible. The next thing is to fill in as much background information as possible. So this is where people are going to see the kind of work that you've done. So you want to include everything from, your work experience to volunteer experience, any articles that you've written. If you're a student, you might want to put presentations that you've done in your class or projects that you've worked on with your classmates. Put on as much background information and background experience as possible because you want to show people that you have done a little bit of work in your field. Now, the next thing is to get endorsements. Now, this is one thing that's really going to help you with your LinkedIn profile is to get recommendations and endorsements. Those are two things, but I'll cover them separately. So with recommendations, these are just people saying that they've worked with you and that you're great to work with. And, they're really playing up the skills that you brought to the table when you worked together with them. So try to get as many recommendations on your profile as possible. One thing that you can do to make life a little easier for the person who's recommending you is to actually write the recommendation for them, but make sure it's a true and authentic recommendation. Make sure it's something that they would actually say about you and the work that you've done. So don't write a whole bunch of glowing niceties about yourself, but think a little bit about, well, what would this person have to say about me? And then you could just send it to them, and they would more than likely be happy to just copy and paste it as long as it's something that they agree with. It makes life a little easier for them and easier for them to get the recommendation of you onto your page. The next thing, endorsements. So that's where you choose your top skills. And then when people come on to LinkedIn, they can endorse you for those skills. So for example, a lot of people know me for doing social media, doing media relations, and for PR. So I have lots of recommendations in those categories. So when people come onto my page and they see do you want to endorse Sandra Gabriel for PR, they just have to hit endorse, and then that shows up on your page as well. So this is all something that's going into building a great profile on your LinkedIn, is to get those endorsements. And then the last thing that you want to have on your profile is connections, of course. You want to get to that 500 plus status, because anything that's like 100 or below, that kind of, makes people question your profile. There's a lot of scams that go on online and on LinkedIn. Even I was a victim of a scam the other day. I got contacted by a reporter at CBC, which is great for anyone in PR to get contacted by a reporter. But then when I dug a little deeper, to ask about the kind of stories that they cover, the profile was deleted afterwards. So just be careful who you connect with. But, if you have a great profile picture and you have some connections on there, that's really going to help to build your profile. The one thing I'm going to caution is not to go connecting with everybody all willy-nilly. The intention is to build genuine relationships with people so that in the future you can refer business to them or you can even work together. So you want to spend a little time, researching the people that you're going to connect with and make sure that it's, actual people that you can build a mutually beneficial relationship with. And you might find them in LinkedIn groups. So, like myself, I'm in PR. I might go into different PR groups and see who's in there, see who's engaging, who can I connect with, who might be good to work with, or who might be a good connection to another opportunity. So start building connections that way. And even if you build them offline, if you're on Facebook or on Twitter or on Instagram, you might find that those people are also on LinkedIn. So that's another great place to connect with them, is to, find places outside of LinkedIn and then see if you can draw them into to your page and then form a connection with them. So those are my 5 points. Just to recap, is to have a great profile picture. If you can't afford it, get a selfie, and put your picture up there. Build your background experience, put as much as possible, even volunteer experience. If you've written articles, if you've done presentations, you can actually upload those to your profile. So get those on there as well. Get some recommendations, even if you have to write them yourself and send it to somebody to copy and paste it for you. Get some recommendations on there. Choose your top skills and get endorsements for those skills. And then again, connections. You want to get to that 500 plus status because that looks great on your profile. So that's all the tips that I have for today. Hopefully you've gotten some great insight from my scope. Don't forget, PR Life is now live. If you need to define your brand or connect with the media and grow your following, then PR Life is the perfect program for you. Visit sandragabriel.com, click on PR Life in the menu, and you'll find all the information that you need there. And lastly, don't forget to find and follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. Do a search for Sandra Gabriel, and there I'll be. And for the purposes of this scope, you can find me on LinkedIn too. I'm pretty much everywhere, but Facebook, Twitter, Instagram are the ones that I connect on the most. So you'll find me there. Just do a search for Sandra Gabriel, and there I'll be. Thanks again for joining this scope. Have a great week, guys. Ciao.